fake HOA threatened $5,000 fine over chalk art. Kids wrote a message that went viral. What would you do if a self-appointed tyrant tried to erase your kid's joy with a $5,000 fine over harmless chalk art? In the quiet cul-de-sac of Willow Grove, a tight-knit suburban neighborhood, that's exactly what happened. The villain wasn't a cartoonish monster, but a woman named Karen Whitaker, a retired paralegal with a clipboard and a vendetta. She declared herself the head of a neighborhood standards committee, a fake HOA she invented to control every inch of the community's aesthetic. Her latest target? The colorful chalk drawings scrawled across the sidewalks by the local kids' bright rainbows, hopscotch grids, and cheerful messages like, "Be kind," that had brought smiles during a tough summer. Karen's campaign began with a single, venomous letter slipped under every doorstep. It claimed her committee had deemed the chalk art graffiti and threatened a $5,000 fine per household if the vandalism wasn't scrubbed clean by week's end. The audacity stunned the residents. Willow Grove had no official HOA, no recorded bylaws, and no history of such draconian rules. Parents like Maria Delgado, a single mom of two, were outraged. Her kids, Sophia and Mateo, had spent hours creating a mural of a smiling sun with the words, "Spread joy," in bubbly letters. "This is their safe space," Maria fumed, clutching the letter. "Who does she think she is, fining us for chalk that washes away in the rain?" The truth about Karen's power grab unraveled quickly. A quick check with the county revealed no registered HOA for Willow Grove. Karen had fabricated the committee, printing official-looking letterheads from her home office and citing non-existent community covenants. She'd been patrolling the neighborhood for months, snapping photos of minor infractions, sun-trimmed hedges, parked cars slightly over property lines, even a stray soccer ball in a yard. But the chalk art, a burst of creativity from kids cooped up after a long year, was her breaking point. "It's an eyesore," she ranted at a hastily called committee meeting in her garage, attended only by her friend Linda and a nervous neighbor, Mr. Jenkins, who'd been roped in under threat of a fine for his crooked mailbox. The neighborhood pushed back. Maria, alongside her friend Jamal, a local contractor with a knack for rallying people, organized a meeting at the community park. Over potluck dishes and folding chairs, residents dissected Karen's scam. Jamal uncovered that Karen had been collecting voluntary compliance fees from a few intimidated elderly residents, pocketing small sums under the guise of neighborhood upkeep. The revelation was a gut punch. "She's not just bullying us," Jamal said, his voice tight with anger. "She's profiting off fear." But the real twist came from an unexpected source. Linda, Karen's supposed ally, who showed up to the meeting, pale and fidgeting. "I didn't know she was lying about the HOA," Linda confessed, her voice trembling. "She told me it was all legal, that we were protecting property values. I just went along." The confrontation erupted the next evening, and it was nothing short of cinematic. Karen, armed with a bucket of soapy water and a scrub brush, stormed the main sidewalk where the kids had created their latest masterpiece. A sprawling chalk mural with the words, "Kids just want to play," in bold, defiant letters. The neighborhood kids, tipped off by a vigilant teen, gathered at a safe distance, their parents forming a protective semicircle. Maria stepped forward, phone in hand, live streaming the scene to the community's new Facebook group. "Karen, there's no HOA," she said, her voice steady but laced with fury. "You're destroying children's artwork for no reason. Explain yourself." Karen froze, sponge dripping suds onto the vibrant chalk. Her face twisted, caught between defiance and panic. "This is private property," she snapped, but her voice wavered as neighbors began chanting, "No HOA, no HOA." The kids, emboldened, grabbed their chalk and started drawing around her, adding flowers and stars to the mural as she stood, humiliated, in the center of their rebellion. Then came the bombshell. Sophia, Maria's 10-year-old daughter, had posted a photo of the mural on TikTok with the caption, "Our neighbor wants to fine us $5,000 for this. Help us fight back." The post exploded, racking up millions of views and thousands of comments from strangers worldwide, many sending chalk to the Delgado household in solidarity. Karen's downfall was swift and spectacular. The viral TikTok caught the attention of a local news station, which ran a segment exposing her fake HOA. Reporters dug deeper, uncovering Karen's history of similar schemes in 2 other towns, where she'd bullied neighbors with made-up rules before moving on. The Willow Grove community filed a formal complaint with the county, and Karen faced legal scrutiny for her compliance fees, which bordered on extortion. By the next week, her neighborhood standards committee was dissolved, and her garage meetings were a thing of the past. She retreated into her house, blinds drawn, as moving trucks appeared in her driveway. Rumor had it she was relocating to a gated community. Ironic, given her disdain for rules she couldn't control. The kids, undeterred, turned the sidewalks into a canvas of triumph. With donated chalk piling up, they organized a neighborhood chalk fest, inviting families to create art together. The event drew hundreds, with murals stretching across every walkway, a riot of color and messages like, "Love wins" and "Kids rule." Maria watched Sophia and Mateo laugh as they drew, their hands dusted with neon powder. "This is what community looks like," she said, her eyes bright with pride. The viral message had done more than expose a bully. It had united a neighborhood and reminded them of the power of standing together. What do you think? Did Karen deserve her comeuppance? Or was she just misguided in her quest for control? Share your thoughts on where the line between community standards and personal freedom should be drawn.